Hello, Scratchers! So welcome back to another episode of the Scratch Platform series. So, let's begin. So the first thing you want to do is make a new copy. Save as a copy. This is episode 8. So this episode we are making spaceships. Sounds exciting? Now let's get on to it. So the first thing you want to do is make a new costume. Naming it Spaceship, where we have lots of sprites. So after naming it Spaceship, we need to actually make the spaceship. Now I am going to name the first sprite a wish. And now we can actually begin making it. You don't have to do this, but I'm just going to do it for tidiness sake. So how about we make a spaceship? Well, I'm going to make it white with a black outline of 4. I'm going to do it over here. And then And then I am going to make some stuff on the top. I'm just going to do this here. I'm going to make it a bit transparent. So I'm going to make it blue. And I'm going to have an outline, yeah. That looks a good spaces. Obviously, you probably would want to make it better. And I'm going to leave that up to you. I'll make the size 50. I'm going to select all of it and group it. Make sure it is in the center. Go to code and get a when fat clicked block. How about we start off on the ground because that makes lots of sense. So go to X and Y. Now how about we make sure we are shown. So looks and then show block. Now how about we move it with our arrow key. So I'm going to move it up a bit. I'm going to delete this go to block. And now we can move it up. Now temporarily I'm going to have 2 if statements and get a forever loop. Key right arrow and key left arrow. So key right arrow on this one and key left arrow. I'm just doing this so it is a bit easier. So we want to obviously move our fin. So change X by 10 and change X by -10. So let's test that out to make sure it is working. And we have a play screen. And as you can see, it is working perfectly. Now don't worry about our player sprite because we will not be controlling of this later. We can move our spaceship around and that is pretty good. Now how about we make it wave when we are moving around? So that is we probably will be able to do this. How about we test this out here? Turn that by that degree. I'm going to see if this works. Yeah, that works perfectly. And then we can get another one. And do that by 10 degrees as well. This time anti-clockwise. Now I don't... Oh, okay. Okay, got it. We want to change this by -10. And let's try that out again. This might not work. So how about we make it turn that way all the time so we can get this stuff in a forever loop. Now nothing's going to work if we just now get that in a forever loop. Now testing it out now. And wait, why is it not working? Well, first of all, we need to point in direction 90. Second of all, this is running constantly. So first of all, we want to point in direction 90. So point in direction 90 when the green flag is clicked. And how about we get a wait 1 second. Testing that out again. And as you see, yes, it is working. It's a bit violent though. So how about we change it by 1 slowly? So I will leave this up to you. But what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to move it by this. Wait 1 second. And then that, and then that. How about I do that again? So duplicate this bit by right clicking. And there we go. I will get another turn block. Turn by 1 degree. And then we can do it for the other one. So turn by -1. And then how about we duplicate this? How about we duplicate this section and do it here? Up 1 bit, delete that. And we just do that instead, the whole of that, so it turns back fully. Delete that fin here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 9, so I think around, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this can be -1. Want to make sure this has 9 too. So -1 and -1. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay, and this is 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have to get some more. Pretty easy. And I think we might as well test that out. And it is slowly moving. It is slowly moving, but how about we make a new variable called Spaceship and make this for this sprite only. Press OK. Hide that variable. And we want all the positive ones to be just Spaceship. So do that. Make sure it's our turning block, not the wait 1 second. So do it for all of them until we get to the minus. And then that we will need a -0. Subtract Spaceship. This gets us, well, Spaceship is 0, but if we would have set Spaceship to, say, 4, and did this, that would be -4. So that's what we need. So put that in here. We will duplicate that. Give us that. We will get another one, duplicate, and do that for all the rest. Do that for all the rest, making sure it is only our turn blocks, not our wait blocks. Oh, 1, 1. And that is it. So I have not yet tested it out. As you see, it is slowly turning there. But how about we set our spaceship to something? I'm going to do 6. You can do whatever value you want, but I'm going to do 6 so it is pretty speedy. Now quickly press that play button. It's going there and it should be going up. Yep, and then it's going to repeat over, and it's going to repeat over and over. So I really do like that. And if we would have moved our sprite, as you see, it is still working. Now some effects would be nice. So what should we do? How about we make some bubbles up here to make it a bit more better. Now I'm going to do a original, a wish 2. How about we move these bubbles here, and then we get a wish, and then we get a wish 3, and we move bubbles there. So it's kind of like that. Now I will make another green flag clicked block here and a forever block. Now I want to switch our costume to a wish one to begin off. Original. Then we will wait 1 second before switching our costume to original 2. Now we will make another wait 1 second and switching the costume to original 3. And then we can wait another second. And how about we test that out? Before our spot, and as you see, that is very cool. It is moving away. We have some particle effects. You can make this anything you want. Now I want to go make 2 new variables called SpaceX for all spots and Space Y again for all spots. Press OK for both of them and let's temporarily show them up. I'm add frames and we have SpaceX and Space Y. Now, what we do with these ones? Well, we want to set mouse SpaceX to our X position and Space Y to our Y position. So set Space Y and to mouse Y position. So that is set Space X to X position and our Space Y to Y position. Testing it out now. As you see, it is moving accordingly. Now since we can't move up or down, our fin isn't really there. Okay. Now that is very good. But how about we constantly change our color effect by 25. Now we will use that later. As you see, we have a rainbow fin. Now we can use that only in level 2, but we will make that later. And I really do like that spaceship. So I'm going to duplicate these. And how about we make an up arrow and Y arrow? So if up arrow key is pressed and then down arrow key is pressed. If these are down, we do not want to change our Y, but instead we want to change the Y, not change the X. So I just use a quick shortcut that you can get from Scratch Items. It's block switching. And then after that, how about we test that out? And yes, now we have our fin here. We can move up and down. We can also move diagonal. And it's a good spaceship. So, before we end this section, make sure you save your project. Okay, that will be the end of this section. So let's move on to the next section. Okay, scratchers. So, welcome back to the next section. And in this section, we are actually going to be able to go in the Rocketship. So that is exciting. So how about we code that up? So, how about we go to our spaceship spot? Our play spot. And we want to check if we're touching the Rocketship. So get a new when green flag clicked block. And under that you want a forever loop. In that forever loop you want if statement. Go to sensing the touching block. If we are touching the spaceship, then we want to go to it. So that is go. So we get a go to block out. We want to go to spaceship. And we want to change our X by 10 a bit. So how about we test that out full screen mode. And press that play button. So, okay. So there's one problem. When our plane moves, the spaceship is moving. So how about temporarily we disable our spaceship's movement by disabling these keys. That will just help a lot. And now let's press green flag. Make sure you do not delete those scripts, but make sure they're not connected. Press it again, and let's test that out. Okay. I think we will hide a moving platform just to make sure that is all working. Okay, so let's test that out. One more test. So if we go, yep, we cannot move, but we can turn, but we cannot move. That is absolutely perfect. Now, I really do like that. But how go here and get a go front play block. That will just make sure we appear in front of the spaceship. So go to front layer. Okay. So that is pretty good as expected. But how about we can move in the rocket ship? That would just be so good. So how about go here? We could plug in these scripts, but that is not enough to just plug it in. We need another if check. We want to check if we are in the rocket ship before we even do this. So how about we make a new variable, naming it Rocketship, and I'm going to add a question mark and make it for all sprites. Now we want to check if Rocketship is equal to true. And if it is, now we can run this script. So go back to your play sprite so we can set up that Rocketship variable. Should be here. Now, if we are touching the spaceship, we want to set Rocketship to true. But if we are not, then we want to set it to false. So if operators, we want to bring out this not fin, duplicate that touching the spaceship and put it in the not. And if not touching spaceship, we want to set our Rocketship variable to false. So our Rocketship movement does not run. So how about we test that out? Full screen mode, click that green flag and press that play button. Now as you see, we can't move our player until, yes, this is amazing. Now we can actually move our Rocketship. Now, are you seeing anything? Well, the Rocketship's not fast, and Rocketship's supposed to be pretty fast. So how about we go to our Rocketship site to increase the speed. Now, we have Spaceship, but how about we make a new variable called ship speed? And for this sprite, and for all sprites, I think. And we want to set, how about we set Spaceship, or not Spaceship, ship speed to, let's go, well, something way bigger, 20. Now, all the positive ones, you just want the variable, which is ship speed, not spaceship. Make sure it's not spaceship. So that's positive, and these are negative. So we will get a minus block out with a 0 on the left side. And the variable ship speed on the right side, we can duplicate for this other negative one. Okay, let's test that out. We have bumped up the speed a bit, so let's see if that is doing anything. And yeah, that is so much better. There's only one thing, I guess, that we can do. One thing that we would like to do is when we are in level 2, we pick next episode, because I don't want to waste any of your time. Because you can fix it if you know how to fix it. I don't want to waste any more time. So that is very, very good. But how about when we press the M key, we fall out of the rocket ship. So we go into our play sprite. Oh, one, and when M key is pressed, or whatever key you want, but I'm gonna do M. When M key is pressed, we want to basically fall, And how we do that is making sure we set our rocket ship to false. So we don't have that out. And then after that we can for out. So you want to get a repeat until block. A repeat until touching the level. So repeat until touching level. And then what we're gonna do is change y by 10 here. So change y by -10 actually, and that will make us go down. So how about we test that out now? Oh, make that into some free space. Press that green flag. Okay, press that play button. Okay, yep, this is really, really promising. But we can't see if it actually works until we press the M key. So, how we're still moving. How about we press the M key? I know what's going on. Go into the rocket ship sprite. Here. And how about we our play sprite, instead of setting it to false when we're not touching it, we instead, if touching rocket ship, we instead want to I don't understand. We instead want to how about if M key is pressed, we set it to false. We're making sure we set it to false here. Now as you see, there's only one thing that so how about we test it out? If this doesn't work, I probably can fix that still, but press that again. Okay, let's move it. As you see, we can move normally, M key. How we are still moving, I think it's because we're still touching it. So we only want to do this if it does not equal false. So we only want to do this if our rocket ship does not equal false, which means it would equal true. So that means if rocket ship does not equal false. Okay, we can put this back in though to make sure it is all secured. And we can press that again. How about we test that out? What is going on here? Okay. So how about we go, if rocket ship equals true, then that means we want to check. Okay. How about we just have this if touching spaceship here instead? Okay, so we have that here. We can't fall out yet, but that'll be all fixed next episode. But before we end this episode, how about we do some stuff to our play button? So go to our play button. We want another when green flag click block and a forever loop. Now we want to check if we're touching the mouse pointer. So if touching mouse pointer, if we are touching the mouse pointer, we want to change our set size to say 125. And I'm going to make that a else block there. And if it is not, now we should set size to the original. So how about we test that out now? With our play spot, click on it. And as you see, it gets a bit bigger. I think I like that enjoyably. And now we have a rocket ship. So, let me just fix that. Now, play ships, what? If we are not touching, if we're not touching the spaceship, we can do that. I'll just fix that right now. Okay, that is still there, obviously, because we put it there. So, press do that again. And, yes, we have a successful rocket ship. Now, that is going to be the end of this episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure you know. And I'll see you next time, Scratchers. Goodbye, Scratchers.